Hello everybody, I'm Yolanda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and today we're going to do a WIP and Chat. So grab out whatever is your work in progress and yeah, let's have rambles, shall we? So today I'm working on this small little Mickey Mouse kit that I got from the Dutch store Action. Last week I did the one with Cinderella. I had this bag with little baggies in it, and the ones inside the bag were enough to complete the diamond painting with for my leftovers, so I think that's the case again today. But yeah, today I'm going to start at the end because yeah, the first symbol is already again the big background, so I'm starting to do the rest first. So yeah. First off, how are you all doing? I hope you had a good week. My week was, yeah, something. It wasn't like extremely eventful, but at the same time, it's a week that I'm like, ugh, seriously. Yeah, this isn't going to fit, so. For these little kits, I am, especially because it's special drill, I'm just going to put the little piece of bag with the symbol in it just in the bag. Put it over here in the time that I'm working on it, so that I have something to reference in case necessary. And then I can put it back in there in case I need to have another one. So, yeah. With that being said, I am going to start today, just like I did last week, with my Movies and Diamonds information. So, in case you are not interested in that, you can skip ahead in the video and you'll find the, well, rambling on the week. And yeah, there you can find that. If you're not interested in that, I'm just going to start with the Movies and Diamonds part, and yeah, you can enjoy that. Today I am going to talk about some, well, I looked up the top Dutch kids movies. I found a decent amount, and I have two lists. Oh, come on. I said in there. Yeah, I have the plastic covering here. It's still stuck underneath the canvas, so I just put it over here. So in case you hear about crinkling. Sorry, couldn't resist. But yeah, in case you hear the crinkling, that's why, because it's stuck under the staples. So I'm just going to keep it there to also keep it covered. I have an idea of, obviously, that, I have also the idea that the glue on this canvas is kind of slippery. So yeah. But yeah, so as I was saying, I looked up the top Dutch kids movies, and I found the top 25 best Dutch youth films, the top 25 best family films, and the top 10 plus one, because there was one bonus, of the Dutch, well, family films, kids films. How did it classify? Dutch spoken kids films. Obviously, in all three of them, there will be going back. By the way, the one with 11 was from the old box. So basically, I think the ones that I grew up with. So yeah. I am going to try to tell a little bit about the movie. At least like the synopsis that it's saying here is a few lines, but I do need to read it out and translate at the same time, because yeah, as you can guess by the fact that I'm doing this about Dutch movies, I'm Dutch, in case you didn't know. So yeah, for me it's reading and translating in one go, so it might be that I'm needing to think about what I'm saying, or translating it to hopefully the correct translation, or a alternative, because some are not the very best to translate. Yeah, without further ado, I'm going to read the Dutch title first, and then I'm going to translate it, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about the movie, like a little synopsis, and then I'm going to tell you if I have seen it myself and, yeah, my opinion on it. So I'm first going to grab a new color, because otherwise I would get a bit too distracted if I have nothing to work on. So, a little bag. Whoa, not on the canvas, you. So, that needs to go in there. Without further ado, we are going to start with the first one. And the first one is Achtste groepers huilen niet. And I needed to look up what the equivalent of that one is in like the States. So it's sixth graders don't cry. And for if you are not in the States like me and you don't have the same like schooling system, it is the school where you go to when you are, well, the school, the class you are in when you're around 11 or 12 years old. So, the list I looked up said 6th grade. So, here we say groep 8. Because, yeah, we start with groep 1, which is where my son will be going in a few months, actually. But that is basically kindergarten. We count that together with grade 1 till 6, so it moves up 2. So we start in groep 1 when you're 4. When you're 5, like my daughter is, she is in groep 2. So those are like the kindergarten classes. So yeah. But yeah, that was a long story, still very long and not really necessary to elaborate on. But oh well. So I'm going to read it up now because otherwise, yeah, I can't completely know it at the top of my head. I do know this is a book by Origins. Now I want to know which author? Achtste groepers huilen niet. There. The book. It's actually based on a true story. So it actually happened. But I do need to know book. Jacques Vriends is the author of it. It's a book from 1999 and I actually read the book. I haven't seen the movie. But as it says here, it's a movie from 2012. Aki is the girl where it's going about. Is a happy, tough girl that loves soccer, just like her classmate Joep. A kinda grumpy, annoying kid with whom she constantly fights. I don't think is the best translation. But then on a day, Aki needs to go to the hospital, is admitted to the hospital because she has leukemia. So, yeah, it's quite a heavy film, I guess. I haven't watched it, but what I have heard about it is that it's quite a heavy one. As I said, I haven't seen the film. I have read the book and yeah, it's, yeah, as far as you can see it about a thing with like a heavy theme like this, it's a good one. It's a heavy one, but yeah. I think it's like a little bit in, I do believe there is an English version of, I don't know. I do know I have seen in school, Planta, oh, what's the name? Planta Carta, I believe. Yeah, Planta Carta. It's a heavy one, but I believe it's like the same areas. It's more, well, that's more like multiple kids with cancer, leukemia. But I do know that we watched that in school, and it's like emotional wise, it's kind of the same. I don't know. I do know there is a do you believe there is a English version about it, but I don't know. Or Planta Carta has an English version of, or this one, but it's, yeah, there is one vaguely reminiscent that there is a English version, or at least an English translation of it as well, somewhere. But yeah, if you're not into heavy themed movies, it's for sure not something for you, as I think you would understand why. So yeah, I'm going to go to the next movie. I actually don't know this one, especially like the newer ones I haven't seen, even though it's older, but yeah, a lot of them I haven't seen because I actually don't often watch Dutch TV or Dutch movies. So yeah, I'm bad, I know, but most of the times the American or English is just better, at least in my opinion. So yeah, the second one here, it says Bluebird. That's the actual Dutch name, well, English name for it. 13-year-old Merel, which I guess is Bluebird, is a smart, energetic schoolgirl that from one day up the other becomes a victim of bullying against grown-ups. Merel and her bullies hold up like act normal, translated like that. But the more the bullying becomes more, she becomes more and more turned into herself. Yeah, I need to translate and read at the same time, which isn't like my strong suit. So yeah. But yeah, I actually haven't heard about the movie, so yeah. Can't actually give much of an opinion about something I haven't seen. But I think it's one that nowadays, especially like a lot of kids see in school with the like anti-bullying campaigns and stuff, which is actually pretty sad that they still, well, that they do need to do it, because every kid says, I don't want bullying, but yeah, in the end, there's always some that turn out to be bullies. It was like that when I was at school, and it still is, too bad. But oh well, that's here nor there. So, next one. Oh, I thought, well, what was I hearing? But Luna is playing with some plastic on the floor. So the next one is Brammetje Baas. So Little Bram Boss. So Little Boss Bram is a very busy 7-year-old boy with a lively fantasy. He is looking forward to, well, Groep 3, which was, if I'm correct, grade 1, where he wants to learn Chinese. But when he goes there and comes in contact with his teacher, his hope is soon lost. Again, it's another one that I actually don't know. I think that is actually like around that time is when I stopped watching a lot of Dutch stuff. Because yeah, at that point in time, I was 21. So yeah, at that point I didn't watch a lot of the kids' movies. So yeah, because this movie was of 2012. So the next one on this list is De Boskampies. I actually have no translation for it. It's from 2017. It says here, hey, are you talking to me? The first Dutch gangster film for kids begins strong with a Dutchification of a famous one-liner from American film history. I hope I translated it back correctly. If you know what it is and I had it wrong, please let me know and say what it is. Teenager Rick Boskamp meets himself, well, not meets himself, compares himself and his clumsy dad Paul after their move not compares himself, he gives themselves a new image as the mob Boskampies to ward off bullies. It doesn't sound like a movie for me. Doesn't sound like my theme. Again, as you might expect, not what I have watched. Like this, it's going pretty fast. So we're moving down. Dikkertje Dap from 2017. Again, I was too old by that time, but Dikkertje Dap is also a Dutch nursery rhyme. So, well, a toddler verse. Is it toddler? Like the kindergarten age. Okay, I'm going to skip a few because otherwise it turns a little bit long. But yeah, it's a Dutch famous verse. I'm going to call it a toddler verse of Annie M.G. Schmid. And that inspired an entire movie about a boy with red rain boots for rain, and he is friends with a giraffe. So yeah, as I said, I haven't seen it, can't actually imagine much of it, and I also haven't watched it with my kids, so I can't say I have seen it like that. So I'm going to skip a few because otherwise it will be very long and long. This one is one I have seen on multiple places. Het Zakmes, the pocket knife from 1992. I haven't watched it when it came out because I was 1 at that time. And I'm not completely sure if I have seen it afterwards. Like when I read the information about the movie, I was like, it sounds familiar, but it can also be that there is just another movie that has a little bit of like a same vibe. To be honest, I don't know all the movies that I've seen when I was small. I do believe I saw coming by like yesterday or so that I'm the same age as Beauty and the Beast. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section below. Is there a famous Disney movie that's the same age as you are? Or a famous other movie, in case there's no Disney movie. So yeah, Beauty and the Beast was the same age as me, because it was from 1991. So, but yeah, back to the movie I was telling you about, The Pocket Knife. A beautiful and exciting film about two friends, Mies and Tim, who lose contact with each other because one of them moves. On all different ways, Mies tries to reach his friend because he wants to return his pocket knife to him. He calls, he writes, he puts an ad in a secret language, and in the end grabs the train. If nothing helps, Mies comes on the genius idea. He wants to participate on a TV game. That way Tim will have to see him. So yeah, I do remember something about it, but I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, it's one that I'm like, I think I've seen it as a kid, but I'm not sure. But it sounds interesting to see like what a kid is willing to do for a friend. Which, to be quite honest, can be quite a lot, as long as the friendship is strong. So that one I actually talked about last year, I do know, in like top so much Dutch movies, in Oranje, in Orange. I'm going to call this one because it's one I have actually seen. Lang leve de koningin, long live the queen. The 8-year-old Sarah buys a beautiful chess set. A friend learns her the beginning of the game, but in the end she gets chess lessons of the white pieces, especially the queen and the king. With success, she learns to chess so good that I almost wanted to say the Dutch word ondanks. Even though the skepticism of her teacher, she may compete in a chess game against a grandmaster. So I have actually seen the movie, I believe, twice. It's been a long time ago because, yeah, it's also an old movie. But yeah, it was fun. It's like an entire world where she gets, basically, as far as I can remember, sort of like gets sucked into the world of chess and basically plays like a living chess. It was fun and entertaining. I haven't seen it since, but I believe I've seen it twice when I was a kid. So it's interesting, especially if you're a bit into chess. Probably you will still feel a lot of faults in it. Then I have one that I actually have on DVD, if I'm not mistaken. I either got it on VHS and bought it later on DVD, or I directly got it on DVD. I'm not completely sure. But it is the film Minus, which I don't need to translate directly because, yeah, Minus stays Minus, but it has a English title, which is Undercover Kitty. So yeah, there is a English version of that title. So it's actually a movie from 2001, sorry, not 21. Poes Minus from the Amalan. So yeah, cat Minus from the Amalan doesn't understand why she suddenly looks like a charming young lady. It's weird, but it has its advantages. Cat friends tell her human secrets, in which the sympathetic, clumsy journalist Tibet helps in exchange for food and a sleeping spot. There's also a tip in between the cases about a shady business of the villainous industrial cat hater Elamite. So yeah, as I said, I have this one at least I had it on VHS, but I do believe I have it on DVD as well, and I have watched it multiple times. I have actually told you about this movie as well last year in passing, because the main Dutch character is a Dutch actress called Carice van Houten, which I also mentioned last week in the WIP and Chat about Al Verhoeven, because she played in Black Book, Zwart Book, as we would call it in Dutch. But yeah, she's also in Muse, Undercover Kitty. And yes, I'm still filming, so good. I think I'm going to just do one or two of this page, and then I'm going to look at the ones from like the old box, just to see what's in there. Ooh, almost got the wrong drill colors there. Oh, I need to have more of these. That's why I kept the drills in a separate bag, because I still need to have more of the first color I had. But yeah, so I have here Oorlogswinter, War Winter. It's from 2008. I'm actually not completely sure if I have seen this one. I do believe I have, but I have read the book, because this is one again which is based on a book. If I'm not mistaken, I wanted to say it's also a Jacques Vriends, but here in the end it says it's from the popular, excuse me, a popular children's book, well, a youth book from Jan Terlouw. And yeah, I have read the book, I believe even multiple times, because especially as a kid I was a big reader. Nowadays I do like to read, but I am not having as much physical books than I had, because I read a lot. But okay, back to like a little bit about the movie. In the winter of 44-45, the young Michiel sees a English plane crash. He nope, translating correctly. I saw two words under each other and I switched them around in my mind. Not the way to translate. He discovers where the pilot is hiding himself and decides to help. Again, if my brain wants to cooperate, translating would go faster. Until that point, he didn't have much hindrance of the war, because he had a privileged position as the mayor's son. But now he will face some hard choices. So what will he do with the English pilot? It's a good movie. At least the book I do know of, it's a very good one. As I said, I have read that one, and yeah, it's up my alley. I actually do love history, so many times like history books are the ones I love to write. If it's right to read. I don't write books. But yeah, I love history, so yeah. But I do need to say that book is good, and I do believe I have seen the movie, but I'm not quite sure. But yeah, at least it's a famous one. Because I do know that I've at least have seen stuff about it, seen trailers, and it's one that's not escaped my attention. Even though I'm not one to look at like a lot of the Dutch movies. So now I'm going to skip ahead and see about the, well, I almost want to call them classics because they are one of a set of older ones. They are actually the ones that I grew up with. And I'm not going to do too much of them because when I just looked, it was quite a lot. Yeah, I'm over halfway already, and I haven't even talked about how my week went. So I'm going to quickly look. Yeah, nothing here. So now I need to grab the other color again because here I forgot some. Also, we'll see if I can finish this entire kit today. If so, I will be popping in an image in the end, but we'll see how far we get. So these are a list of 11 of the old school movies from the films van de oude doos, movies from the old box. So yeah, they're oldies. So the first one is again the pocket knife. Then we have Siske de Rat, which is actually one I haven't watched, but I have seen the musical multiple times. It has actually a few pretty famous Dutch songs. So yeah. Let's see here. The movie Siske de Rat within that lead role, Danny Monk. No. Oh, here's what I was thinking. Like I wanted to read out where it goes about, but that's not what it's saying here. But the story plays around halfway years. Hold up. Back at what I was saying. The story plays about the 1930s, like halfway the 1930s of, yeah, the 1900s. Plays off in the 1930s, I guess like 35-ish. Street boy Siske grows up. Yeah, vergalgenrad. Translation. Like a little bit of a rascal. Like a little bit of a, yeah, not per se a bad kid, but not a very good one either. But it looks like it's going the right way when Siske goes to a new school, to Mr. Bruis. But unfortunately, it's not going good for long. So it's basically like following the struggle of a young boy, what all happens and stuff like that. And seriously, I still see here the symbol that I just put away. Like, how did I miss it? Well, that's easy because there's a lot of patches everywhere, but oh well. But yeah, so Siskerad is actually like a pretty famous movie. I don't know why I still haven't seen it, but as I said, I've seen the musical. In the musical, they actually do like a little bit of sort of flashbacks because there's also the grown-up version, which is actually played by the same actor as did in the movie version. So he plays the grown-up version basically of himself. And that's basically like the role he is very famous for. So but yeah, I do believe I told about that last year, but I'm not very sure. So then we have Long Live the Queen again. Then Abeltje. Let's see. I don't know the proper termination. A Elevator Boy. As Elevator Boy, it's forbidden for Abeltje, the guy where it's going about, to press the top green button. Obviously, it goes wrong sometimes. The lift with a few people flies to New York. Als Abeltje here gets away from Mrs. Cockle-Smith. Don't know. The elevator goes to the South American Perugona. I have seen this movie. I do know that much, but I don't know much about it. I think I've seen it when it pretty recently released, and it released when I was around 7. So yeah, as I said, like many of the like old movies, I do know that I've seen them, but I don't know details about them because I can't remember every movie that I watched. I half the times don't even remember what movie I watched like last year, so let alone what I watched like 20 years ago. If not even 25 in this case. So, yeah. I do know that I watched the movie, but can't remember if it was good or not. Let's just say it like this. It didn't leave like a really big impression, but at least the impression was big enough that I know that I watched it. That's at least that. Here one that I can't even find a very good like information about. My grandpa the bank robber, mijn opa de bankrover. Never seen it, but yeah. Again, Minus, which is on number 6 and 7, again in Oranje, a soccer movie, which I obviously haven't watched because I very, very, very much dislike soccer. Then we have Pluk van de Pettenflats. Pluk is the name of the kid. Actually, plukken is picking, like to pick an apple, pluck an apple. So, yeah, but in this case, it's the name of a kid. And the pettenflat is, well, if I would translate it, the pet flat. Like not a pet, a cap flat. Like a flat, like a building. And a pet of a cap, like, a hat, baseball cap, kind of something. It's actually a adaptation from a kid's book. And I do believe I watched this movie like a long time ago. Well, more like when I was babysitting, I think. I think I watched it then. Babysitting or internship for like the 1 or 2 times they put on the movie there. I'm not entirely sure actually, but I do believe I have at least seen something about it, and if not that, then at least I have... No, seriously. I at least have seen things about it, like in the books. Because that's again Annie M. Kishmeet, just like Dikkertje Dap. So Pluk is a little boy from that's about 6 years old, and he has a red crane truck, and he's looking for a house. He finds a attic room in the Pettenflat. It's here. Fun, let's translate it as that, because that's the famous word. Gezellig. A famous Dutch word because there's no translation for it and it can be used in multiple occasions. So it's here cozy together with the colorful family. Stamper, Mrs. Helderder, Clearder, and her colorful daughter Aagje. De Krullevaar and Dolly the Duif. And that's about it. So as far as I remember, it's like a movie about a kid looking for a home. Don't know why. And I don't remember much. But yeah, we're also almost at the end of the list. So don't worry, not much to struggle for me anymore. Because number 9 again is Oorlogswinter. And number 10 again is Achtste groepers huilen niet. So the 6th graders don't cry. So yeah. Here it also says that, like, despite the sadness, the optimistic Aki can't leave it to, even from the hospital, put her nose in everything. So yeah, it's a sad movie with a little bit of a fun touch. And the last one, I don't even know it. So I'm going to close my laptop. And I'm going to watch, like, how long am I filming? It's already 43 minutes. So I'm sorry if it's a very long video. Sorry. But still not sorry. Yeah, again, as per usual, in case you've been it before, well, you know the drill. I'm rambling. But yeah, so I'm going to leave it here with the Movies and Diamonds information, as far as you can call it information. In case you're only here for that, well, I hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe, and all the fun YouTubey stuff. And yeah, we will be parting ways here. And in case you're still wanting to hear my life ramblings, well, let's just get further with the work in progress and let's ramble on some more. Yes, yeah, I have some more ramblings. So, where to start? Well, at the beginning would be a good point. So, yeah, where's the beginning in this case? Well, yeah, first off, let me know what you're all working on, because, yeah, I need to have a little bit of curiosity to get me through the day today. Because today is one of those days where I'm like, ugh, I want to go back into my bed and just sleep. Yeah, it's not my day today, so yeah. Sorry if I'm extra. Yeah, so I'm just going to start at the Wednesday last week, so yeah. Our daughter had crazy hair day at school. I basically made a bun on her head. I wanted to try to do a bun at the side of her head, but obviously when I'm trying to do something that's deliberately stupid, it goes pretty decent. When I normally can't even make a bun to save my life, this time it actually looked pretty decent. As per usual, always when you don't want to. Totally forgot to do like extra stuff with it. But thankfully, one of our teacher's assistants in school was so nice. They put off these like pipe cleaners is the translation. I don't know. Some kind of like fuzzy wiring. I don't know how the name is it in English. Okay, translation brain. But yeah, so one of the teachers put something in her hair of that. So it was a little bit extra crazy. I was saying to my husband later on, like, I should next year put some thought into those kinds of things and think. Because, yeah, I didn't even think about adding stuff like that. That isn't like actual hair stuff. Don't know if that's just me because I almost want to say like a bare minimum mom. Because my brain is not functioning like at all. I'm not one of those like girly type girls. Never been. So it might be that it's just that my brain isn't programmed to do fun stuff like that. But I always feel, especially with these kind of things, that I'm like letting my kid down. Because I never think of doing something special. And afterwards I'm always like, oh shoot, I should have thought about that. But yeah, my brain. Because I had the same on like Thursday. Because, yeah, they had carnival at school. Because, yeah, it's now carnival here in the Netherlands. Today is actually like one of the last days. And I'm filming this on Tuesday. As per basically usual. Come on, go in your rope. But yeah, so yeah, she wanted to dress up as a princess. We still had a dress for her, so that was nice. Don't need to buy anything expensive or anything, because those carnival clothing can go for kind of insane prices. So she wanted something that we still had, so I was happy with that. I'm all up for it. Not needing to buy something new is always a plus. Plus, yeah, why buy something new when you still have it? If she wanted to do something else, if she wanted to have a different color, I would be totally fine with it. I would have looked for a decent priced other dress, suit, whatever she wanted. So, because when we watched a parade later in the week, she wanted to be a cat again. So it's like, fine by me, grab your cat stuff and let's be a cat. Draw on some whiskers and a nose on her nose and face and, well, nose and cheeks. And she was happy as a clam, so. But yeah, later on the day, like in the morning still, one of her teachers called. I was like, oh shoot, no, what happened? Because let's be honest, when a teacher calls you, you think that something happened because they don't call you out of nothing. And I was like, hey, with teacher so-and-so, your daughter wants to have some schmink on. Well, I don't know if that's also like the proper English term, but let's call it makeup. Like, It's like the face paint stuff. I'm going to call it face paint. But so, yeah, your daughter wants, obviously she said the name and not your daughter, but I'm not going to call her name out here. But so yeah, the teacher was like, so yeah, your daughter wants to have her face painted. I wanted to ask you to be certain, like, if you would be okay with that, if she's not allergic to something like that. Or like, oh no, have fun with it. I was thinking about it before, but yeah. What face paint can you do for a princess on her face? So yeah, I'm not the most creative with that stuff. She's like, oh, no worries. Well, maybe draw a crown on her like forehead. That's what I was thinking about doing earlier in the day. She was like, maybe we do something like that or something. In the end, she drawn a flower and what I thought was a ladybug, because I almost only saw the top, but it was a butterfly. So she had a butterfly and a flower on her cheeks. But yeah, so it was like to my husband again, like, I do need to put more effort into stuff like this, because yeah, I feel like it makes me feel that I'm not doing enough, just for like my own sake of mind. But yeah, that might also be like my depression and like my bad self-image speaking. But yeah, it feels like she's always the one to pull on the short strings. But yeah, at least she had fun, so that was no worries. On Friday, she didn't have school, so that was nice. I had a mommy-daughter date with her on Friday. At a certain point, it was noticeable that she had a little bit of enough. But yeah, we went to Germany. We went all the way to Germany, which is like a 10-minute drive from here. But yeah. So my daughter was also like, oh, my room from my classmate so-and-so lives in Germany. We can see her. It's like, well, maybe, but I don't know in what place she lives. So you might be able to see her, but I don't think so. So we went to the store. We needed to have some cat litter for the cats. And yeah, it's way cheaper in Germany than here. Thought I had it in a cheaper store when I went later to a different store, but ended up not being the case. But now I know. But at least I ended up buying new shoes for the kids, because they desperately needed new shoes, because her daughter has a pair of like school shoes that she can just make dirty, that I'm not even paying attention to if they are dirty or not, because most of the times when they are at school, like inside the building, they wear like slippers or anything else, pantoffels, sloffen, whatever you want to call it, like inside footwear. Which is nice, because that way they don't need to fuss around like in the classrooms that like these shoes are too dirty. So they have like inside shoes. And also for the cleaning ladies, well, cleaning personnel, I can better say. I don't know if it were women or not. But like the cleaning people, it's easier that they don't need to like clean up the sand and the dirt and mud and stuff everywhere. So that's nice. But yeah, so those shoes were also like getting pretty beat up. So it's like I found a pair of shoes that were just 15 euro, which was pretty good price-wise. So it's like, you know what? Here, try these on. Do you think they're fun? She thought they are. So I'm like, good. Then you're old. Nice shoes can become your new school shoes, and these will become your new good shoes. Because I always have a pair of shoes that are good. Because, yeah, I can't show her off somewhere. I can't go to party, like a birthday party or anything, with shoes that are dirty. Oh, there's a big piece of trash. So, yeah, they most of the times have 2 pairs of shoes, but our son actually just had 1 pair. So now I found some that were on a sale. It was like maybe not the best, but at least it's something. So he doesn't only wear the same pair of shoes constantly. So at least it's something else. And I've bought our son a t-shirt, probably for next year, but it was like $150 or something, so I was like not going to even bother with it. Bought myself a new shirt, because everything that was on sale, like clearance sale, was 50% extra off. So I had myself a t-shirt for like €2 or something. And then I got myself a new hoodie. Lately I wear at times like hoodies instead of like pajamas, or like when I'm wearing now like a house suit, as they would call it here in Huispak, which is basically like sweatpants and a matching sweater, jacket, something like it. So I have often wore a sweater, but now I found a sweater that was priced down to then still €10. So I was like, that's okay with me. And it was one from Sailor Moon. And I have watched that show when I was a kid a lot. And I have good memories about it. And I still like it. So it was like, you know what? It's just for in and around house. I'm just going to get it. Our daughter was like, oh, that's fun. Because, yeah, it has a big Sailor Moon in front. She thought it was fun. I grabbed it out of the rack to see more about it. And she was, you need to get it, mommy. And I was like, let me think about it. And Jana was like, you know what? I'm just going to grab it. So I have a Sailor Moon t-shirt now. Well, a sweater now. Sweater, hoodie. I have no idea on what it classifies, but I still have it. So yeah, that was fun. My daughter got herself a new umbrella because she still had one from Bing. In case you don't know, it's like a more of like a baby, not a baby, but like a, I guess more like a toddler TV show, and not like, more for the kids of like 2-3 years old, and not like the 5-6 years old. So it's like, you know what, we're just going to grab a new one. If I looked online on like another store, like if she wanted to have something from Paw Patrol or Frozen or something like that, I would have grabbed it somewhere else, because they were basically the same umbrellas, only like €2 cheaper. But she then saw one that was just plain purple, 2 colors of purple, and she absolutely loved it, and that was just €3. So I was like, way to go, girl. Yeah, we've been some shopping for the rest. I've been watching in a German store. I have actually been very, very, very tempted to buy diamond painting. So maybe in the future I will still buy it. But it is that the image itself wasn't something that was too much up my alley, because it was one that was a crossover between diamond painting and paint by number. I have actually never seen it before, so I was very tempted, but I was like, it is a German store. I do know they have it in different locations as well, well, different countries, that's the word I was looking for. But I don't know what exactly, so I was like, I'm just not going to risk it. I was like, maybe in the future, or if the next time I go there I see one that's more up my alley, I might break my no-buy for it, because it looked very fun. In this case it was, I believe, a girl holding balloons, or balloons hanging off of something, and the balloons itself were diamond painted, and like the background and stuff like that were paint by number. So it did look interesting. So at least it's in the top of my head, in the back of my head. So maybe for when I have my first YouTube paycheck, because you probably noticed, or might have noticed, that the ads are back. So yeah, the mistake I made is cleared up and everything is good to go again. Well, my address is being verified, so I'm waiting on that to come in to be able to verify that. But yeah, obviously I don't make a ton of money off YouTube. It's like, depending on how many people watch the clips, well, watch the ads, and how many people watch my channel in general. I had, with my stash video and my year in review, I had in the 2 weeks that I did there, did have the monetization up last round. I have one day that I had €2 something, and that was a really good day compared to the rest. But for example, Sunday, because it takes a couple of days, Sunday I had 43 cents. So yeah. So I guess that's like about an average that I've noticed. Like most of the times it's around 50 cents something. Friday or Saturday, don't know what day it was exactly, it was just 11 cents. So yeah, but it's better than nothing. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, so let me know if you would be interested in seeing something like the diamond painting meets paint by number. And who knows, maybe I'll see if it's still there in the future. If not, well, fine by me. But we'll see. Probably as soon as I'm like around the threshold of getting paid by YouTube, I will probably then put up a few polls to be like, what kind of stuff would you like to see with my first YouTube money? In case you don't want to vote on it, it's also fine. But yeah. But yeah, so I basically kept the like intro outro ads, because yeah, that's as soon as you do monetization the only thing. And then the videos of like, guess around like 50 minutes to an hour and longer, those will be having a mid video ad as well. I found out that I can put in ads like where I want them, so I can put them in around the middle. Or in this case, I might do them after the Movies and Diamonds part. I will see. Need to see that when I will be uploading the video. Yeah. Back to what I was rambling on before. My brain is fried. Can you notice? But yeah, so we had, my daughter and I had a fun mommy-daughter date. Obviously, she was after that a little bit done, but yeah, I could hardly say like, when we had 2 stores done, then I'm like, well, we're gonna go now, because I still had a few stores that I actually needed to go to. And yeah, I wanted to have some new shoes for her. I actually needed to look at some clothing for her. I will probably be doing some shopping for her, like, I don't know. Maybe that I'm going to see if I can do that tomorrow or this week somewhere. Because we had seen some fun t-shirts for her. And she actually the same store is also here in the Netherlands, closer by. Maybe I'm going to see, depend on what my husband thinks. Need to also look in her closets, like spare t-shirts closet, like maybe I can find something there still. But I do know we have one thing in her closet of like the bigger size that she's now going into. And yeah, that's a little bit on the low side for summer. So maybe I'm going to wait a little bit longer for like a sale or something, or I'm just going to get her a few shirts because now they're still in all the different sizes, but I need to see about that. Also, I forgot, on Thursday our son had his checkup at the consultation bureau, which is basically like a checkup point for kids. Well, the consultation bureau is basically till 4 years, and then 5 years and older go to the jeugdgezondheidszorg, the youth health care, which is basically like, I believe, 5 till 12, if not even 18. But yeah, so he had his checkup. They measured him, weighed him, let him like test his eyes and stuff like that, see if he can draw stuff. Basically, I think it's like seeing how he holds his pencil. I got compliments on how well he holds his pen. I was like, yeah, for once. They said like, well, it's also like when he's coloring, it's just like how he wants to hold it. I do need to say, like the past couple of weeks, it's going pretty well. He's actually holding it like a pencil. Many times he's just like stabbing his piece of paper. So I told that to the doctor and she was laughing with it. Obviously he was being cute again and being all smiles and happy and fun and being himself. He is kind of especially outdoors, he is like a happy-go-lucky guy. He's a fun ball of energy. But at least he was all good. So he also got a new vaccination, which he did really well. Because, yeah, well, she said that she was going to prepare his vaccinations. So it's like, come to mommy. You can come on my lap, because the doctor will give you a vaccination, well, a prick, in a little bit. And he was like, to make sure you're not getting too sick in case you get something. And he was like, okay. I also said to the doctor, like, it's nice that nowadays also like in TV shows, you see that they pay attention to like vaccinations, or at least like doctors, that kids don't need to be afraid of it and stuff. So it's like, makes my job a lot easier. Which she agreed with. But yes, but yeah, he was like, no, I'm just going to look around. So he watched the doctor actually like make the vaccination, put like the vaccination information in the national computer system, and he was happy with it. She put the stuff on the table. I was like, come sit here. So I grabbed him in my lap. He actually was like literally looking at the needle when it goes in. Sorry if you're afraid for needles. Might be a bit too graphic. But yeah, so he actually looked at it. When he saw it going in, it was a little bit like, ee. Then it was like, Then it was quiet. When she started pulling the plunger in to administer it, it was like a little bit like, I was like, where? Here, look at the stickers. Because she put some stickers in front of him so he could look at that and try to decide which sticker he wanted. Because, yeah, there were a few stickers of Paw Patrol left. Even there were still just like 2 that had a Paw Patrol image, but the rest was like bones or pup tags or something like that. So it was like when he was a little fussy, he was like, oh, look at the stickers, see if there's something you like. So he looked away. She, in the meantime, pulled everything away. She wanted to clean the tiny droplet of blood. And he was like directly looking at her like, what the actual hell are you think you're doing? And she was like, oh, I'm just cleaning it. Nothing bad. I'm going to put a band-aid on it now. And he was like, looking at a band-aid. I was like, ooh, Garfield, fun, kitties. And he was like, looking at me like, oh, okay, fine by me. Couldn't touch that band-aid to rip it off for like 2 days. And yeah, my husband on Saturday was like, yoink! He just grabbed it off like, and now it's done with it. I was like, yeah, I tried, but he was not having it. And yeah, I was not in the mood to fuss with him about a stupid band-aid. But yeah, so we hardly made a peep. So she was impressed with it. He also did very well with his sight test. So she was like, yeah, I didn't need to pull out my bag of tricks to have him do stuff. And he was very, very tough with his vaccinations. So she was to him like, you know what? Because there's hardly anything on the stickers left, you can take all those stickers with you. So he got both the pieces of stickers, like both, like, I think there were like 10 of these like mini stickers left. It's like, you can have them all. So I was like, ooh, thank you. So I was like, what is he? Thank you. Very, very cute. I was like, oh, you can be sweet when you want to. But yeah, everything was going well. Like they showed like his curve, like his growing curve on the like computer. He's a little bit longer like on than what his curve should be like, but it's like what, 1 or 2 centimeters. But they changed like height and weight, like where did he grow the most. So maybe in like a few months it's back on the curve. So it's like a little bit of deviation isn't too bad, as long as it's not like 1 or 2 scales up or down and like very, very far off. So she was happy with that. And I was as well. Now I also need to go a size bigger in clothing almost. But yeah, I figured out that much. But he's on the skinnier side, so it's not always easy to go a big size bigger. So it's a little bit of like looking what needs to go up and what doesn't. T-shirts he already was going a bit bigger in size because the rest was getting a bit short on him. But yeah, width-wise, it's where he actually doesn't need a bigger size. So, oh well. Daughter has the same issues, so yeah, it's not that much of a big deal. But yeah, for the rest, what all happened? Yes, Saturday we went to a carnavalsoptocht, a parade for carnival, which was actually the kids version, so it isn't too long. The son in the beginning was not having it. He was not interested in it. He like half the parade, which was just 25 cars, groups, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, he found out that many of these cars throw candy or toys or anything, basically. Thank goodness there weren't too many plush toys this year, because last year I had like 3 bags only with like stuffed animals. The kids do love stuffed animals, but yeah, you also need to bring it back home. But my son was very, very, very happy because he got a Chase stuffed animal. And our daughter was happy because she got a pink pig. And as long as it's pink, she's happy. You only could have made her happier if they got her a pink unicorn or a pink cat. But yeah, they were chuffed. They were very happy with their haul. It was a big haul. They got a lot. They actually also got like a DVD, like sealed and all. I have like the back here. It's like from Bouncy, which is a kids TV show. So yeah, I'm needing to put that on for them like somewhere this week. But yeah, there was like a lot. Yeah, there was also a group from my daughter's school. My daughter was actually disappointed that she couldn't walk with the school. Like the 2 days before, I was like, yeah, well, I told her that like we needed to have decided that in like September or something. I was like, yeah, I didn't know that you would love Carnival that much this year, because last year we weren't into it. So like maybe a different year, we're going to see. But yeah, in the end, she had a great time just watching the rest. One of her classmates actually was in the optocht. So she was happy. She got a fistful of confetti by him. Not a fistful, but grabbed a good nice amount and just thrown it at her. So it was fun. Obviously got a bleep load of candy and stuff. So I'm going to try to remember to add in an image here somewhere. Because yeah, it was a big haul again. But at least it was, money of it was decent candy. They had a few that were like packaged stuff that like parents or something themselves had packaged, and were like, yeah, well, you don't know where they have done that, if they wore gloves or anything. So yeah, we're just not going to do that. If they had like these little bags, I do know they had a lot of them last year. There's like small kid size like Haribo bags. Those would be fine. But like the loose candy, put in a simple sandwich bag. They're just getting a little bit iffy. But yeah. Ooh, it's getting a bit long video, so I'm going to start needing to wrap it up. Good thing there weren't any too much things happening this week for the rest. But for the rest, yeah, after we went to the parade, not much happened. Sunday, we did just grocery shopping, and that was basically it. Kids are a little bit out of their element because, yeah, they're not in their regular routine. Today, normally they would go to their gym class, but like half an hour before we needed to go, we got a message from one of the teachers saying that like, hey, I'm sorry, we didn't know before, so we couldn't let you know, but the class for this week is not is cancelled because the hall is, yeah, they are building in the hall. So yeah, we can't use it. So I told the kids, my daughter was like literally in tears because her brain could not process the fact that she couldn't go to gym class even though she really wanted to go. So I fear I will have a little bit of backlash from that tomorrow, but we will get through that. Yeah, for the rest, that was all that did happen past week. On Friday, the kids will be going to my parents', so my husband and I have a little bit of a, well, extra time for ourselves. Have some time to load up the battery because my battery is empty. You also found out on, like, I believe Friday it was, that the company that we are waiting on for a roof probably is not going to be able to start until April. So yeah, we are having a leaking roof until April. Thank goodness it's not so bad that everything keeps being wet, so at least it dries up in the meantime. But yeah, we still can't work on our daughter's room. Our son is sleeping basically in the hallway for, by that time, probably almost 4 years. So I'm a bit done with it. So yeah, my battery is a little bit drained at the moment with everything. Yeah, it's school vacation, so that drains a little bit of extra energy, but I'm trying to keep the kids entertained, do some crafts with our daughter and having them do stuff, and trying to keep myself afloat as well. But we will see how everything is going. Don't think I will be able to finish this tonight because I'm already like completely done for the day. It's like 10:30 now, so I'm going to also leave it at this for this week. I'm going to leave this diamond painting for now. These 2 colors will just be enough that I need to do. I will be doing them during the week somewhere. So I'm just going to close it off. Put the tray there. Pen with it. Drills with it. And that's it. Put it in the closet in a little bit. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it is a little bit longer. a little bit longer than you're used to from me. Words. But yeah, I still hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, well, you know the drill. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment with everything you want me to know, every answer you have for every question I potentially have asked in this video. My brain is not functioning, so I don't know what it all was, but yeah. Leave everything you want me to know, ask me, whatever, down in the comment section below. I love to read your comments. If you don't want to comment, that's also fine, but please consider leaving at least the video a big thumbs up. That would help me out a lot. And yeah, I hope you all will have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week. In case you are watching this directly when I upload, I hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Whether you celebrate it with a partner, an animal, or just by yourself, still can be a fun Valentine's Day. You can still give yourself a little bit of love in case of like watching a fun movie, having a nice snack, whatever. Husband and I don't do gifts or anything for Valentine's Day because, well, it's a bit over commercialized nowadays and the surprises of it, but we will still be probably having our weekly date nights, so might do some extra snacks on it, like a little bit fancier than we would regular do, but we will see what we'll do. But yeah, as I said, I hope you liked this video. If you did, well, You know the drill, and I hope to see you in a next video. Bye guys!